Hey guys, Adam from Equip to Endure here for Live Fire Gear, and today we're going to be talking about one of our products, is the 550 FireCord, and some of the different applications. This will be an ongoing series of ways you can use 550 FireCord to not only add the benefits of what FireCord does for your gear, but also the benefits of having that emergency fire starter for anywhere that you're going. So for this project, we're actually going to take my Wetterling's large hunter axe right here, and I've actually had FireCord wrapped around the shaft here for many years. It does a couple of things. First off, gives me a nice hold if I'm choking down on it and using the blade as a knife, and also just another great place to carry some paracord. For this, you need a knife to cut your paracord. It doesn't have to be a knife this size. This is one I grabbed. You'll need a lighter to sear the ends. You'll need a multi-tool or some kind of pliers. And for added bonus, we're going to try a new experiment. I'm actually throwing a fire steel in here, and we'll explain what we're going to do with that here in a few seconds. So we'll be right back. So the first thing, guys, is we're going to talk a little safety. We are working on an edged item, but what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this Gorilla Tape, and we're going to put some tape over the blade, especially the edges. So while we're working this around, if we're not paying attention to the edge, we're not going to get, hurt by it. So what I do with that is just throw that on there, and I'm going to push this here, and then push that there. I try not to put as much tape as I can without going all the way back, so it's easier to remove. This sharp edge is protected, and once I'm done with the tape, take it off, put some WD-40 on, get all the stickiness off the edge. Is something that you don't want to leave on there for very long. So the concept here is we're going to take our FireCord, go ahead and take it out of the package here, and for those of you guys who aren't familiar with it, it's normal 550 cord with the extra 8th strand, which is our fire starting FireCord strand. You take this out, you fluff it up a little bit, it catches a spark, it's waterproof, lasts forever, and it's always there. But the cool thing about it is this 550 cord still has the same properties as normal 550 cord. You can take the 550-pound test. It is a mil-spec grade cord. We have our 7 inner strands and of course our fire strand in our outer sheath. So even when you pull out this FireCord center, in case you need to start a fire with it, you still have your cord to use. All right, this project can be kind of a self-contained fire kit. So I have a larger diameter fire steel right now. This is kind of the only one I could find that could serve this purpose. And I was thinking about throwing it right here when I wrap the axe handle. So not only is this always going to be there to take out, and I have a tinder, I have an ignition source, and I can use the axe in an emergency as a striker to this ferro rod. The wrap that we're going to use is going to be a simple wrap. We're going to start low and wrap high. The reason I'm going to do that is this is a more consistent thickness. The wrap of the handle is going to be nice and tight. As the handle moves up here, because of the inconsistent thickness here, as it changes, you tend to get a little froggy around here where the wrap wants to space out and everything. Another thing to be concerned about too is that paracord is dynamic. It's not static. It's going to stretch out a little bit. If there's temperature changes, it can expand and contract. So that might cause you to loosen up a little bit as well. But what we're going to do though is basically we're going to start a simple loop like this. So when we're done wrapping this all the way up, there'll be a loop that's exposed right here that we can put our end through. So once that's there, we'll pull this other cord. This will cinch down on itself, and we'll show you this as we do it. And then your kit is set up. And then I have an axe where if I just grab this, not only do I have a cutting tool, but I also have rope, and I have a fire starting device all in one kit, which is pretty cool. I probably want the wrap to start right about here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find a good position for our fire steel. And I'm thinking a little bit higher maybe be a little better. But you know what, the good thing about this, if it doesn't work out, we can always change it up there. And then once I'm ready to put that on there, I'll put that on there. So we're just going to grab this like so. And with the uncut piece, you guys see why that is important that I covered that axe head up. All right, so that's going to look at our first loop. And the neater everything can be, the better. We're actually going to try to position the seam to the spine here when we start to get a little tighter. Right now it's nice and loose. So about 3 wraps into this, you can start to see how it's going to take form. We'll start pushing this back here a little bit. So right where I wanted to get it. Because remember, the cord itself is going to bulge a little bit. The tighter, the better. So just take your time and slowly wrap this guy up. At about 5 or 6 wraps, the friction on the shaft should be enough to hold it, as you guys can see. All right, so this right here, guys, we're gonna start to push this up a little bit. And a lot of this is, trial and error. You try to do one thing and see where it's working, and then you go back and repeat. So the difficult part right here at first is gonna be able to put enough pressure on that fire steel where it's not gonna wanna run away on you. Now remember, guys, if you guys are out in the field and you're using this axe a lot and that starts to be some issues with it unraveling or whatever, that's fine. You can stop what you're doing, wrap it back up, or unravel it, throw it in your pocket. The idea here is just to pack this kit in different configurations, so no matter what the situation is, you always have that. All right, so there we go, guys. So at this point, we got a pretty good wrap. We're gonna take our cord. We're gonna cut out where we don't need it anymore. Make sure you guys measure what you need. 550 FireCord works just like normal cord. It's not a problem to burn it. Of course, it's gonna. So, same thing like you do normal paracord. All right, guys. So after we got everything kind of cleaned up, what's going to happen is we're going to put a knot in this rope, and we want that knot to kind of end right here. And what's going to happen is we start to pull this loop down. It's going to cinch up on that knot. It's going to lock it into place. And so then we just slide that through there. Now, this is one of the more challenging parts, because you got to slowly grab this other cord and start to pull that out. So what you want to do is just hold on to the rope and just slowly pull it. Now, sometimes it'll go fast, so you want to be careful. See that right there? You don't want to pull it out too quick. All right. So a couple things you can do there. Put the blade between your feet and give it a nice tug or whatever. So you guys can see this is a little loose. Don't really want that loose. What you could do for that is actually come back in here and pull the other side of the cord up a little bit. So now I'm pulling the other side down here and getting that tight. You guys see that? So this side is getting tighter. Come back in here. That's much tighter down there. Come back, make sure this is nice and tight. So at this point, you got a couple things that you can do. Of course, we can cut this right here and make that a little bit prettier. All right. So we'll come in here just like normal paracord, light it a little bit, give a little bit extra, and the same thing. I mean, this is probably a good 20-foot amount of cord. With your inner cord, that's quite a bit of rope to have if you need it. All in a self-contained kit. So get that off, and there we have it, guys. We have a very cool kit, 20 feet of fire cord. I think that'll burn probably an hour and 45 minutes or so, using it little sections by little sections. To start a fire, that's a lot of fire starting material. You have fire steel in there. If I'm in a pinch or whatever, if I'm out chopping wood and I get lost in the woods or whatever, now I know I have a piece of fire kit built into my axe wherever I go. So pretty cool stuff. All right, guys, well, that's just a quick tutorial. Let me know what you guys think. Leave in a comment below, and make sure you guys go check out Live Fire Gear at livefiregear.com and pick up some FireCord today. Tons of uses, and we like to hear your uses as well. And don't forget to check me out over at equiptoendure.com, and we'll see you here real soon. You guys take care, be safe, and remember, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. Thanks.